A tight and tough rental market has brought out scammers who are taking advantage of people desperate to find an affordable home. One of the major sites this happens on is Craigslist. Fox 12's Bonnie Silkman has more.
The housing section on Craigslist is a popular place where you can usually find hundreds of rentals available, but they may not all be legitimate. Take a look. You know the saying, if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
It was amazing. They took all the pictures from our realtors posting and they just added their own words. And they basically said, in their words, that they want to sell the home, but if they found good renters, then they're willing to rent cheap.
That's Toon Nguyen. He recently put his southeast home on the market to sell, only to see that listing pop up on Craigslist too. And he only found out about it thanks to some surprise visitors.
What ended up happening was a couple of women came and knocked on our door, and my dog started barking, so I answered the door and I talked to them. And they were saying that the landlord said they were going to show the place. They were going to give a little tour of the place.
Confused, Nguyen told the women he's owned the home for years.
But then they called the other guy, who's the landlord. He said, no, I own the house. I don't know who these people are. So then they got confused. I actually talked to him too, because he wanted to know who it was that claimed they owned the house. And so we talked a little bit, and he was pretty gruff. He said, no, you don't own the house. I do. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I own the house. I've been here. And then he said, well, I'm going to come by tomorrow and talk to you. And I'm like, all right, well. And he never did.
He says, thankfully, the women hadn't paid the scammer any money yet, but they did fill out an application and gave out their personal information. Nguyen felt scammed in a sense, too.
We were still upset because we feel like our privacy had been taken from us.
Portland real estate broker MCKAY says this type of scam happens all the time.
It's a hot rental market, so the hotter it gets, the more likely it is in this market.
He would guess about 80% of his listings end up on Craigslist.
Generally speaking, the rent price is extremely low, so they're trying to get people. Other than that, that's it. They look like a great ad.
MCKAY says sometimes potential renters show up when he hosts an open house, encouraged by the fake owner to go take a look at the property.
They were actually told by the scammer, my realtor can't sell the house, don't tell him I'm trying to rent it because he's not doing a good job.
He says, unfortunately, there's not much anyone can do other than reporting the posting on Craigslist. But even then, the scammer could just create a new ad.
If I wasn't home, they probably would have given him money, to be honest with you.
For Nguyen, he suggests people meet each other in person if possible.
If it's all online, it's too easy to get fooled.
The broker we spoke with says this is a tough scam because it's not even that uncommon to try and sell your place and rent it at the same time. His best advice, just do as much research as you can before sending anyone money. And yes, if the price really is low for the market, it's most likely a scam. Reporting in studio, Bonnie Silkman, Fox 12, Oregon.